Pardon My Presence. I want to talk about plastic surgery and a video that I saw recently with K. Michelle, who I guess is an R&B singer. That's her claim to fame. She's also on, I believe it was Housewives of Atlanta or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She is talented as far as a singer goes, but she hasn't really had much hits recently, and she has resorted to dancing on social media and twerking and whatnot. Now, recently there was a video that came out with her dancing, and she had a malfunction. And usually when you hear malfunction, you think of Janet Jackson in the Super Bowl with the outfit malfunction or the wardrobe malfunction. But in this case, this was a plastic surgery malfunction because something in her behind became disassembled, and some of the screws came loose, and it went from a little bit of a rattling to a jiggling to a complete discombobulation, and part of her ass was just hanging, and it looked unsightly. Luckily, she felt it herself, and then she stopped the video. But it leads me to have this discussion about plastic surgery and the fact that a lot of people, again, from the outside looking in, we only see the end result. We only see the filtered pictures, the filtered videos, after the touch-ups, after the makeup, after the 6 to 8 weeks of recovery time, and how many painkillers after. We only see the end result. But how many of us really know the trials and tribulations that women go through getting these enhancements, going under the knife, getting their bodies cut open just to either get body parts to boost their self-esteem, or to be more competitive in the industry that they're in, or just for the sake of getting more attention that will make them feel even better than they probably already get now. Because K. Michelle was a beautiful woman prior to all of these enhancements. And even she herself said she didn't need it. And to my knowledge, I thought that she removed her butt implants.
I'm going to tell these women it's not that serious. I've been going through surgeries now for 3 years. I'm at the end of my surgeries. That when you got the fat left and all of that, you're at the end of your surgeries. I lost all type of tissue, muscle mass, everything in this fight. Couldn't eat, weighed 105 pounds. And no, it was something I did to myself, but I did it when I first got, well, I wanted to be in the industry, and I thought from looking at people that that's what you were supposed to do. So I've spent probably about $500,000, no exaggeration. My first round was 300,000 something, and insurance doesn't cover this yet. It's very unfair that you can make this mistake, and then if you don't have the money, you could be left to die. I don't want people to die.
Once you get those types of surgeries, you can't really go back. Right? If you look at, this is probably the best example, is Little Kim. We saw how her surgery kind of progressed. Maybe Michael Jackson is probably the best example, but let's go with Little Kim because we're dealing with women now. When you look at Little Kim and the surgeries that she had a few of them. And each time it kept getting worse and worse and worse. Now, I don't know, I'm speculating, but it's my opinion that each result of the surgery, she looked at herself and said, you know what, this ain't what I want. And she goes back to her doctor looking for, you know, some adjustments. And she goes back under the knife to make some adjustments. The doctor probably reassures her that it will get better after this nip and tuck here and this incision here. So she believes the doctor because at that point, who else can you believe? You're at the doctor's mercy. You can't just get a refund and take that shit off your face and give it back and say, here, I'm done. And go back to your regular self. So she goes under the knife again. Wakes up. Has to recover 68 weeks. And her face is not any better. And at that point, again, under the doctor's mercy, to get herself adjusted again. And then by the time you know it, your face looks swollen. You have like a pancake as a face. And then you have issues to the point where your face will never be the same again. But you can't publicly say that you did anything wrong. Or you can't come out and say and admit that, hey, I screwed up. And same thing with Michael Jackson. You saw over time how the plastic surgery kept increasing. Went from the nose to the chin to the hair. So many different things that he did. And I wonder if some of those things were done because he just had to keep his face from melting at some point. Right? Because those were back in the days where plastic surgery was still new. And with all science, there's still many limitations. Up until now, still many limitations. And I think people need to know that as much as we have people like Dr. Miami, and other doctors promoting themselves as great doctors, people going to Columbia, people even getting teeth implants now too, dental implants. There's one thing you need to understand. There is nothing that you could do to your body as far as an incision, cutting open your body, destroying the natural elements, the natural composition of your body, of your immune system, of your nervous system. Whenever you tamper with that, there are long-lasting side effects. Now, I'm sure with a lot of these plastic surgery procedures, you might end up having to take medication for the rest of your life just to maintain a certain look. Are you really up for that? Is this what you want? We've all seen the horror stories of plastic surgery. We've all seen the pictures. We've all seen the women who have died as a result of getting silicone injected into their behinds in a nondescript hotel by someone who's not even a professional. All because women want to look better and they want to be able to compete and don't want to be left behind. And I think if you're going to glamorize this type of procedure and glamorize this type of life, I think it's important that we have some balance and also highlight the difficulties that happen with plastic surgery. The side effects from plastic surgery. The horror stories and the failures. And when things go wrong with plastic surgery. Rest in peace, Kanye West's mother. Right? So I think it's important that we also highlight the failures as well too, because there's many out there. And you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth it? And I also want to ask yourself, if you really love yourself, then that means you wouldn't go under the knife to change who you are. So if you're going to acknowledge that you love yourself and you go into those lengths to get certain things done, understand that you're in denial and you should probably seek therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy at all. Because if you're willing to change who you are, your genetics, your natural self, the DNA that your mother and father gave you, then you have to ask yourself, am I really happy, truly happy with who I am? And if you can have that honest conversation with yourself and you can say, you know what, I'm not truly happy and I feel like this type of surgery will help me, and you're aware of all of the risks, and you weighed out, you did the pros and cons list, and you felt that was in your best interest to go ahead and do this, go ahead. You've done your due diligence, and wherever the cards fall, that's where they fall. And a lot of women are happy with their plastic surgery outcomes, and that's fine too. But let's not stick with just the happy stories, because there's many tragedies as well too that I think need to be highlighted. That's all I want to say in regards to this matter. I hope K. Michelle is alright. You know, I always wonder with women who get those plastic surgeries on their behind, can they sit down, and how does it feel when they sit down? Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Pardon My Presence YouTube channel. Let me know if you like what I'm saying. If you disagree, like, comment, subscribe, so on and so forth. Until next time, peace.